This is episode 161, Mind Over Matter, Overcoming Resistance to Doing What You Don't Like. Yeah, we all have the things that we need to do we don't like doing. But how do you get good at just doing it anyways and not really exerting that much energy and not making it a big deal or procrastinating on those tasks? That's what we're going to talk about in this episode. Here's the question. How do you successfully transition into your first official leadership role, build the confidence and competence to lead your team successfully, and establish yourself as a respected and trusted leader across the organization? That's the question, and this show provides the answers. Welcome to the Manager Track podcast. I'm your host, Ramona Shaw, and I'm on a mission to create workplaces where work is not seen as a source of stress and dread, but as a source of contribution, connection, and fulfillment. And this transition starts with developing a new generation of leaders who know how to lead so everyone wins and grows. In this show, you learn how to think, communicate, and act as the confident and competent leader you know you can be. Welcome to the Manager Track podcast. I want to talk about something today that has come up in a few coaching conversations and actually conversations with friends as well. So we've talked about the things that we all have to do that we don't like doing so much. Be this as maybe as a parent, be this as a friend, a family member, that part of your community that you're in, or at work where there's certain responsibilities or tasks that need to get done. And we may procrastinate, we may really not like it, or we may really just not feel comfortable or confident doing them. And we may actually start to wish that we would either like those tasks more. Okay, I wished I would like more to decorate my house. I really wished I would enjoy that more. Or I really wished I would enjoy writing more. I wished writing my book would be easier and I would enjoy that more. Or maybe you'd say, hey, I wish I'd feel more confident or more comfortable speaking in front of a larger group. I don't like doing presentations and I wished I would like them more. Or you might have thoughts such as, I want to feel excited about this project and I just don't, and I wished I would feel more excited. Because if I felt more excited, felt more confident, would want to do this more, felt better at doing, then it would all be better. Now, here's the thing. Yes, I totally get it. And I feel the same way. There are a lot of things that I wished I would enjoy more. But that is half an illusion and half not nearly as meaningful as we make it to be. So let me explain. What I mean by it's half an illusion is that there will always be things that we don't like doing and we will have to do them. If I wish that one thing away and I wished I feel excited about it, if I actually felt excited about it, I promise there'll be something else that I have to do now that I don't like doing. There will always be things that we're responsible for or that we have to do that we don't like doing. That is life. #adulting. Those are the things. And so the resisting it is what makes it hard. When we think it shouldn't be, there shouldn't be all these things I don't want to do. That is where our expectations of what it should be don't match what it's actually like. And it's not that either of those scenarios is the problem. It's the problem that they're not matching. And you know what? We can't change reality, but we can change our expectations. So when we stop expecting that there won't be any of the things that we don't like, or we give up on the idea that there will be a time where we feel confident and comfortable in all the things, then we start to feel better. Because we just see the discomfort, the lack of confidence, the doubts, the nervousness, the drag, the procrastination as part of life. It is, and I can't avoid it, I can't prevent it. There will always be a component in your life, in my life, that will feel that way. And so now I'm starting to align what I expect life to be versus what life is. And the alignment will make me happier, or maybe not even happier, just more satisfied with my life. And speaking of work, with my job. So that's one. So there's the illusion part. But then I also mentioned, I think it's not that meaningful. What I mean by that is that we may think that if I were just to feel comfortable about it, I would be better at it. If I were just more excited about it, I would actually do it. But until I feel excited or motivated or confident or comfortable, until then, I'm either not doing it, I'm doing it halfway in a lackluster way, or I'm procrastinating and doing it last minute. But once I do feel confident, comfortable, excited about it, then it'll all be better. And I don't think that's true at all. I have worked with a lot of people on changing behaviors, growth plans, and helping them develop competencies and skills, things that they used to feel uncomfortable doing, things that they didn't like. And we cannot rely on us feeling motivated or feeling excited or starting to like something or be confident or comfortable. If we wait until that happens, it may never happen, or it will not happen for a long time, way longer than necessary. My point is, in order to get better, in order to feel less uncomfortable, in order to feel more confident, in order to get to a place where you feel more excited because you start to see the results of it, in order to feel more motivated, you have to actually do it. Before you're motivated, comfortable, and confident, you have to start doing it no matter what. This is about implementing a strategy and doing it with discipline. And then hopefully, because you're doing it on a consistent basis, you will develop the confidence because you actually see, hey, I'm doing it and it's working. You start to feel more comfortable because you've done it so many times, not that uncomfortable anymore. You may actually start to see results from it, and hence you start to be more excited about it and more motivated, but not until after you've already done it. So don't depend on the feelings of motivated or confident and comfortable. Get to work today. And for most of us, we have something that we're holding back on. And I hope that right now something pops in your mind where you think, yeah, there's something that I'm not doing and I'm kind of waiting to feel motivated, or waiting to then feel excited about it, or waiting to feel more comfortable or more confident. Stop the waiting. Take action now.
As a caring and driven manager, I know you want to strengthen your leadership skills, advance your career, and lead a high-performing, engaged team. And in order to do that, as a leader, you need to lead with a system, not by shooting from your hips or reacting to everyone else around you. To do so, you need to first learn what should go into a leadership system, and second, develop your own. Now, the good news is that I teach you one must-have part in your leadership system in a concise, actionable, and yet comprehensive course focused on running successful one-on-one meetings with your direct reports. It includes over 67 minutes of tactical leadership training, plus a set of resources to make this as easy and immediately applicable for you as possible. You can either watch the video lessons or listen to it through a private podcast feed on your phone. You can get your hands on this course, which I want every single manager to have, for a nominal $19 at ramonashaw.com/11. That's 2 times the number 1. You can check the show notes for the details or head on over to ramonashaw.com/11 to get started right now.
Simple ways to help you with this is, on one, make small commitments, small steps. When it comes to changing behaviors, it's like the guy who does 1 push-up a day and just says, I'm going to do 1 push-up, literally your brain cannot argue with yourself when you only need to do 1. If I say I do 50, I'm like too tired, my neck hurts, my arms hurt, I don't have the time. I can come up with all the reasons why I'm not doing 50 push-ups. But 1, if I say 1 push-up, no, my brain will say, there's actually no real reason not to do 1. So sometimes we have to trick ourselves that way. And then when I do 1 and I'm actually on the ground doing 1 push-up, the likelihood is high that I'll be like, I'll do a few more and I'll start doing maybe not 50, but I'll do some more. Start small. So what is it for you that you can't really argue with it? It may be 1 email, 1 part of the task, 1 step. What's that 1 thing that you can do right away? And just focus on the small steps. The second thing is, get a support system in place. Have someone else that knows about it, that can help you with it. It could be a coach, could be a mentor. It could also just be a friend or a coworker. And the more that you make it a routine, or you build it into your schedule, into your regular practice, the better. And then last but not least, watch your inner dialogue. The moment that you start to find reasons why not to do the thing, because you don't feel excited about it, motivated, comfortable, or confident, remember this podcast and go like, wait a second, that's what I should not be listening to. Speak to your brain more than you listen to it. When your brain says, wait, until you feel more motivated, more excited. Supervise yourself and get moving. Move into action. Do it anyway. And when you start to flip that switch and you get better with the small practices, something really fun will happen. You start to, on one hand, recognize that you can do those things you don't want to do. They're all part of it. It'll never go away. We all have them. And you can do them anyways. And that self-discipline that you develop also increases your self-trust. So when you say, I'm going to do it, you know what? You're probably going to do it. And that feels really, really good. That's when we see like whole people transform the way that they see themselves, their self-worth, their discipline, and their level of self-confidence takes a huge leap because now they build a stronger relationship with themselves. And they also recognize that life with big goals is not going to be comfortable or easy. The challenges, the discipline it takes, the effort it takes, the discomfort, the insecurities, they're all part of the package. And I won't go on a rant here on this, but the idea that we strive for happiness, I think, is really biting us in our tails. When we aim to create a life in which we're happy, I believe we're trying to create something that's not possible. As much as there is happiness, as much there is sadness, what we consider positive emotions, there's also the negative emotions. And that is part of the human experience, part of life. And it's what makes it filled, it's what makes it rich, and it's what allows us to grow and achieve our potential. So this is a short episode, but I wanted to share it because I see this often when people explain the reasons for why they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Waiting to feel comfortable or confident is not an effective strategy. So go out and take some action, look for a small step to get you started and build from there. It's all in the discipline and the acceptance that there'll always be the things that we don't like to do. And the more we resist those tasks, or the fact that they're going to be things we don't want to do, the harder it will be. So this is all about mind over matter. I'll see you next week with another episode of the Manage to Track podcast. Thank you for listening in. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this episode, then check out 2 other awesome resources to help you become a leader people love to work with. This includes my best-selling book, The Confident and Competent New Manager, which you can find on Amazon or at ramonashaw.com/book, and a free training on how to successfully lead as a new manager. You can check it out at ramonashaw.com/masterclass. These resources and a couple more you'll find in the show notes down below.